Welcome to the CU Flex. I'm your host, Philip Dukes, aka DukesTheScoop. Check me out on Twitter and Instagram at DukesTheScoop. And make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. And make sure that you reach down and you go down there and you find the link to go get your Well Off Forever merch. I got mine in. You see the quality? Colorado Well Off. And like my man Bucky say, the rejected will be respected. You got that in there? For sure. All right. We done paid a few bills. Now it's time to get right. All right. Colorado was 8-2, in control of their own destiny. And they go out and play far from their best game and give up one to Kansas. All right. Now, I'm going through my Twitter and I'm seeing a whole lot of stuff. A lot of people who were the loudest talking about how good Colorado was and they can do this and we're behind you. They started to make turning about face. Colorado, the season is over. 2-12 are going to quit. They won't play next game. No playoffs, no season. All type of negative energy. All right. So I made a tweet and I said, hey, it's funny how people tuck their tail when things don't go your way. Do you believe or not? Do you believe or not? See, for the true fans of this program, this version of the program, you got Colorado fans that have been Colorado fans for a long time, right? A lot of those fans are the ones that say, okay, this is great progress. We know there's more to come, way ahead of schedule. Okay. You got some that say, well, this is just Colorado being Colorado, and I get that. But then you get some of the new fans, and the new fans who are with the program because it was the move, not because they're with the movement. Now, I got a bunch of stats. Hold on. Plenty of stats I wrote up during the game, all type of stuff, man. Look, tearing all that up. All that can go. Because what we're going to talk about today is the lesson in the loss, right? The lesson in the loss. There's a Bible verse that I think is so apropos for Colorado's loss. That's Mark chapter 8, verse 36. For what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and forfeit his soul? Why are you saying that, Dukes? Listen. I listened to Coach Prime post-game talk about the team becoming intoxicated with success, right? The things that come along with success. The previous naysayers who were then now on the Colorado bandwagon, all of the media guys that said Colorado was a 2-win, 3-win, 4-win team again. Coach Prime can't do it. Shador's not that good. Why would you give Travis Hunter the Heisman? The people who say he didn't do enough in the portal guys were rejects. The people who said Colorado won't support something so culturally infused. The people who said Deion would just leave as soon as things got tough or things didn't go his way. Now they were saying, "Oh, I could see how Deion could stay." Oh yeah, you got to get a Heisman to Travis. Oh yeah, now Colorado's they've surprised us, they shocked us, and yeah, that's the team that we're looking for. And you start to look around at each other and you say, maybe we really are that. And then you got to go back and you look at how you got there. So the essence of that Bible verse is saying, and for some context, in that verse, the Pharisees had started doing things with their praise that they hadn't done before so they could gain approval from the world. And that is so much of what happened on Saturday. The things that got you there, you did not continue to do. And not necessarily for the approval of the world, but because partly of the approval of the world. You always heard Coach Prime talk about wanting to stay an underdog. I don't want the praise. I don't want the rankings. I don't want none of that, because that ain't what got us here. The fire, the grit, the determination, the will, Those are the things that push Colorado, the counterpunch to adversity after Nebraska and after Kansas State. Those are the things that got Colorado in a position where they control their own destiny. And you saw basic plays that Colorado usually makes. You saw effort not being where it was as it was before, when you were hungrier, when you were playing as if you were the 4-6 team going against the 8-2 team leader in the Big 12 that controlled their own destiny. So you saw a bit of role reversal that whole game. You saw Kansas imposing their will in the running game. The same run defense that had just gave up 31 yards on 30 carries, gave up, the numbers down there somewhere, too many, way too many to win. So some of that goes into effort. What I like what Coach Prime said was that it's on everybody. It's on the staff. It's on everybody. It's on everybody. And what I'm seeing here is now you've got a team that's wounded. And what we've seen all year long was that when Colorado has been wounded, they've been the most dangerous. So now the question is, do you believe? We talked about the team. This is to some of the fans. Do you believe? And I want the fans that do believe to take this message and spread it. Because if you truly believe in what Colorado has going on, you know that this is a team of destiny. And when you believe in destiny, you believe in destiny when you're at your highest peak, and you also believe in destiny at your lowest of lows. Right now, this is a deflating loss. If you go into the season and you ask anybody, would you want to have an 8-3 record after 11 games as a Colorado Buffalo fan? A 100% would have said, yeah, we'd take that. Would you want to have a chance at the Big 12 championship and still have a chance at the college football playoff after 11 games? I believe I would have got 100% participation. The approval rate would have been out of this world. But see, now, because of the expectations that we put on the program, because of we've seen what Colorado can do, this loss was way more deflating than we've seen. Oh my goodness. Doom and gloom. But destiny doesn't have a blueprint. Hear what I'm saying? So you don't know what's going to happen, right? If you truly believe, when we talk about faith, you don't know what's truly going to happen. But a lot of times, God will test you and say, in the face of adversity, who will you be? Now imagine this. What if Colorado took a defeated attitude and said, there's no way that any of these other. So right now, Colorado only needs 2 of the 4 teams at the top to lose in order to be in. If you want to simplify it, 2 of those teams lose, I don't think it matters what combination. You need 2 teams to lose. Okay, cool. But what if you had 3 teams to lose? Okay. And you truly believe you're a team of destiny, then you know anything is possible, right? Let's take the team of destiny out of it. If you're a college football fan, you know that anything can happen. Just look at yesterday. Florida beats Ole Miss. Oklahoma beats Bama. Auburn beats Texas A&M. This isn't an isolated incident. This is what happens during this time of year. There is no juggernaut in college football this year. NIL has, and parity has eliminated the juggernaut. Everybody can play. Anybody can get it any week. And so you have to continuously come out hungry. You have to continuously come out ready and ready to fight. Fighting for every yard. Wrapping up on every tackle. You gotta have your fundamentals in order. Coaching staff, every possession counts. Every play is important. That's the mentality you got to have in today's college football landscape. So we're talking about what Colorado can do. So let's say Colorado takes a defeated attitude and they go out and they lose and everybody else wins. I mean, excuse me, and everybody else loses too. And they could have won because guess what? They subscribe to the poison that some people are putting out there saying that this season is over. And it's the furthest thing from the truth. So to the believers, you got to spread this message. And then you look around and you say, who's really down? Who's with us? So to the true Colorado fans, who's with us? Who's really with us? So you got people that are around, they masquerade and they wear their black and gold because it's the cool thing to do. Deion Sanders is on ESPN 50 million times a day, and that's the move and the culture and all of that. But to the people that really believe in the message that Coach Prime is saying, then you understand that this loss wasn't just a loss on the football field. It wasn't just a lesson on the football field. This was a lesson for life. We can take it back to Mark 8:36, where Jesus got at the Pharisees and he said, what does it matter what everybody says about you when you're losing your soul to get them to say it? What does it matter what happens and how many games you won if you revert to who you used to be after a loss? What does it matter how much faith you got if your faith goes away at the first sign of adversity? I'm going to preach a little bit more and we'll get out of here. The Israelites going to the promised land. It took them 40 years to make an 11-day trip. You know why? Because every time things got hard, they wanted to stop. They wanted to go back to captivity. We can't do it. It's too hard. We were better off being sorry. We were better off being enslaved. That's the attitude that some people have when you see adversity, and that is not the behavior of a team that believes, the behavior of a fan base that believes. So you got to look around and you got to lock arms. If I'm in that Colorado, that locker room, I'm looking at the guy next to me and I'm saying that you do your best because I didn't do mine. So now we're accountable. Everybody in that locker room says, you know what? We didn't do our best. We didn't do the things that got us here. Even if you had a good game, you still got to be that leader and say, we didn't do what we needed to do because you've got more on the horizon. See, now, just like in life, when things get tough, when the going gets tough, what they say? The tough get going. Are you who you say you are? That's even in life. When things got tough for me, I ain't cry about it. I went to work. I'm still going to work. When things got tough for my mama, she ain't cry about it. She went to work. We figured it out. Lights off. Don't cry about it. Figure out. We got to figure it out. Okay? The gas off in the wintertime. We can't worry about it. We're going to go stand in front of the electric stove. We're going to microwave the water and take a bath. That's when you're getting out of the mud. And even I've been guilty to sometimes think about, how far I've came and how my life looks now that I forget about those times. I forget about when I didn't have. But when I go back and I remember how it was, that's when your faith gets activated. Because if it can happen for anybody, it can happen for me. So to the Colorado faithful who may be losing a little bit of faith or who may have, and they're in a minority, let me say that. If it can happen to any one of these other schools, what made me above reproach? So now, this is the time for the true fans to band together. This is the time for that team to band together. This is the time for that coaching staff to band together. And you go out here and you finish the drill. You go out here and you say, let's say we're going to control what we can control. We still got a 10-win season right here in front of us if we do the things that we know that we can do. If we take it back to the basics, we still got a 10-win season ahead of us. And if things break our way, it could be a lot more behind that. So this is the time for the coaching staff, for the team, and for the true fans to look at each other and ask, do you believe? I'm out. That's my time.